It's the city of the king.
Let's say China. 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 China.
Welcome to the Battle of Chinese Restaurants in Krakow. Welcome. This is Holy Joe Rock and Roll, and I wanted to review 4 Chinese restaurants in the Krakow area. However, one of them that used to be on Święta Marka, on the corner of Święta Marka and Spitalna, right around the corner from the Hotel X Elkator, just shut down. Yeah, I forgot the name. It was something like another Adong or Dong A. It shut down, and they had a sign on the door saying that they're relocating to a new location. The food there was pretty decent, the pricing was pretty decent, and the service was pretty decent. But that's all I can say for now because it's gone. But if you're in the area, Święta Marka, in the Rynek, and you see the sign where they've moved to, you might want to check them out as well as the other restaurants that I'm going to talk about in this review. Now, I do want to say that there used to be a lot more Chinese restaurants right in the Rynek, and as leases expired, rents went up, and they were forced to move out. I was just checking on a different website, and I saw a lot of Chinese restaurant names. Most of them, if not all of them, I've never been to. So you may have your own favorite Chinese restaurant in the Krakow area, and if you do, please let me know down below. But these are some that I just came across because of some of the activities that I'm involved in, or just I happen to be in the area shopping, decided to try it, and that's where this information is coming from. So, the first one I'll talk about is, let's do a dong. Okay. This restaurant named Adong, it's close to the factory outlet store, if you know where that is. So it's not exactly in the Rynek, it's not close to the Rynek. Pretty much it's on the way to the airport if you're leaving Krakow from a certain, road. And it's in this sort of a mall where you have Vitex, so a furniture store. So I was furniture shopping there and stopped in to get something to eat because we were hungry after furniture shopping. So this place called Adong, it's a relatively small place. I think there's probably 10 tables, but yeah, the food is pretty good. I had a chicken, like a chicken noodle soup there, and it was really, really filling, really, really delicious. And also we had, what do we have? We had gungbao chicken. I had some soy noodles or translucent noodles with shrimps. That was good. And some other thing, they call it Thai chicken. And it came out looking like basically like a breaded chicken steak. Like a breaded with a coconut coating. That's the one thing that you got to be careful of for any of these restaurants. You think you know the name of the item, you read the description, and it comes out something different than what you expected. Even though it is exactly what it says, it's not what you expected. So always ask questions. My wife had ordered this the last time. She thought it was something different than what it really turned out to be. So just be aware of that. Just ask questions and describe it. Describe what you want. But overall, this restaurant, Adong, it looks like it's Handlowcow 13. It's in Modlniczka, so it's actually outside of Krakow. So I apologize, this is actually not in Krakow, but it's just outside of Krakow in Modlniczka. But if you have a car, or if you're shopping for furniture, or if you're across the street at the Leroy Merlin, by the Krakow factory outlet, then you know what I'm talking about. Also close by is this place that sells pierogies. Okay, factory pierogi store. It's right around the corner from this place. Maybe you could walk to it from this restaurant in this area if you want some fresh pierogies, fresh frozen pierogies. But anyway, I digress. So overall, I would say this restaurant was really good. Pricing is, let's say, maybe medium. It's not super cheap, but it's definitely not expensive. I think it was $21.90 for gangbao chicken, and the portion sizes are pretty good, pretty good. I mean, very good actually. We've had saigonkis here with meat; they're very good. So really, I think you could do worse by not going to this restaurant for Chinese. Now, one point for all of these restaurants: are they really Chinese or are they Vietnamese? To be honest with you, I don't know. Is a dong a Chinese word? Dong is the Vietnamese currency, just as an aside. So I'm really wondering if most of these places aren't in fact Vietnamese, but they call themselves Chinese / Vietnamese / whatever. But anyhow, they're all approximately serving the same kind of food with a Polish, maybe a little bit of a slant towards the Polish market. And one thing that all of these restaurants serve with the rice is a coleslaw, like a semi-sweet and sour, a little bit spicy because there's pepper flakes in it. Coleslaw is the only way I can describe it. I really like it. I was, of course, shocked the first time I started seeing this when I came to Chinese restaurants in Poland. I was like, what the hell is this? Because at least in America, you never see that. So it is maybe something culturally specific to Central Europe, perhaps, because cabbage is in such abundance, and it has been a traditional Polish dish. They make it in a sort of I can only describe it as a coleslaw without mayonnaise, like a sort of a vinegar, sweet and sour, so vinegar, sugary, kind of a, I don't know, marination in it with pepper flakes, and they're all approximately the same, and they're all, in my opinion, they're all decent. I like eating them. I like eating that. It's considered a good antioxidant. So that's a dong. Now let's take a look at this place here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is Hong Hai. Now, Hong Hai restaurant, or Restauracja Hong Hai, is right by the water park. Okay, this is still technically in Krakow, but some people might say it's closer to Nowa Huta, but I guess it's technically still in Krakow. I mean, Nowa Huta is part of Krakow, but it's sort of a part of Krakow. But this is close to the other Galleria, which is just below this on the map. But here's the water park here, this big circle here. And just in the parking lot of the water park, you'll find this restaurant, Hong Hai. Now, Hong Hai has, I didn't talk about service at the first place. Service at the first place is pretty decent. It's okay. Hong Hai is a little bit bigger. Probably has about 15 tables. And the service is just okay. I don't know. I've been there more than a dozen times, and it seems like the girls, they're all Polish. They could give a crap. They don't seem to be happy. They don't seem to be sad. They just are like robots, okay? If you're expecting fast service at any of these restaurants, unless it's empty, you're probably not going to get fast service. You just have to be patient. That's something about Poland. You can stay as long as you want once you buy something, but waiting for your food sometimes can be torturous. But this restaurant here, I've been going there because after a nice swim and a workout, or a workout and a swim, I might go to this restaurant and get some nice gangbao chicken. Okay? So gangbao chicken we've had there, the saigonkis, which are, for the uninitiated, saigonkis are what we call in America egg rolls. They're not the same as an American type of egg roll or Chinese American type of egg roll. The egg rolls with meat are pretty big and beefy. Not beefy, they're pork. But they're pretty big and mostly meat and vegetables. There's not a lot of wrap. The vegetarian ones are a lot smaller. You get more of them, but they're a lot smaller. And they're packed with probably like a little bit of potatoes and onions and and I'm not sure what else. But they're both very tasty. Now, this restaurant, Hong Hai, actually has, of the four that I'm talking about, really three, really has the best prices. That same gangbao chicken here is only $13.90 or $13.70 or $13.90, zlotys. So less than 14 zlotys versus 21 zlotys at the first place at a dong. However, The portion sizes are definitely smaller, a little bit smaller, but you get what you pay for, and you get a good value for money. For 14 zlotys, this will fill you up. I mean, definitely is going to fill you up. One thing I haven't talked about is drinks. In all these restaurants, drinks are probably going to cost you about 5 zlotys for a small, or in some cases a half liter of soda or bubbly water. You can get a hot tea. Sometimes some of these places have actual, like a tea kettle or teapot, a dzbanku in Polish. And it's like 5, 6, 7 zlotys, whatever. So it's not bad. But you know, all these places are making their money off of drinks, of course. What does hot water cost? Nothing, plus a tea bag or a teaspoon of dry tea. But that's okay. The food at this restaurant, I think, is really good. All these places, the food is really good. I wouldn't say don't eat at any of these places. If they were horrible, I probably would not review them, or I would tell you straight off, don't go there. But the food here is really good. The service is just, I'm not blaming it on the girls. You know, it's a very busy restaurant, typically busy, this particular one here, especially when the water park is busy. But even if the water park is not busy, like in the wintertime, people are going to this restaurant because it's not expensive, the food quality is good, the portion size is decent for what you pay for, and it's you know, it's a good place to get something to eat. So that is Hong Hai. I'll definitely say it's decent. The next one, very close by, just south on this map, is a place called Phuong. And how I discovered this place was the previous restaurant was packed. Hong Hai by the water park was totally packed. And I had driven past this, not necessarily on the way to the water park, but on the way back. It's you know, part of a BP gas station right here on 79, which takes you from Krakow to whatever 79 out of the city. I wouldn't necessarily, the opinions here is 4,3 out of 5 out of 27 opinions. That's pretty decent, although there are a couple of 1s and it looks like a few 5s. But this place here, it's in a gas station, and it's probably the smallest of the 3 restaurants. It probably has about 7 or 8 tables, and the pricing is definitely higher than the other one, the Hong Hai restaurant. And I had a soup here. I also had the chicken soup, like a chicken soup with noodles. Like, I guess they call it Chinese rosu, whatever, in Polish, like a rosu soup, but it's Chinese style. And it was really good. It was delicious. Also, the saigonkis here were big, especially the meat ones were huge. I think you got 4 of them. And they were really, really tasty. And the food here was pretty decent. But again, it's closer, it's sometimes a little bit higher, maybe 22, 25 zlotys for the dish. So I would say of the 3, this is probably, I hate to say my least favorite, but it probably would be my least favorite. Although it is good, that doesn't mean it's not good. It is good. The soup was awesome. The saigonkis were awesome. Everything that I ate there was tasty, was delicious. You know, it's just, are other places better tasting, maybe cheaper? Yeah, they are. I would say that the Hong Hai is probably better tasting, and it's definitely cheaper. The Hong Hai restaurant, definitely cheaper, better tasting. But if you're happen to be shopping for furniture and you're over here, this place is also excellent. Adong is excellent place to eat. Obviously, there's other Chinese restaurants. I know there's actually one on the Ageha campus, so right off of Armii Krajowie. There is a restaurant over there, a Chinese restaurant over there. I've eaten there before, usually getting the daily lunch special. It's decent. I think it's $14.90 for the lunch special, plus another 5 zlotys for an iced tea. You're looking at 20 zlotys for lunch. Is it the most economical lunch? No. Of course, you can go to other places and get, a full-blown lunch, compote, which is like a homemade, call it a homemade Kool-Aid, although it's all natural. Fruits and vegetables, fruits, not vegetables. Fruit drink with some sugar, a soup, and a main course, which consists of a meat and a vegetable, usually a meat and potatoes or whatever. That could be 13 zlotys or 12 zlotys. So certainly 20 zlotys for a Chinese meal is not the most economical, but is not going to break the bank for, if you're watching this, it's probably not going to break the bank for you if you went there on occasion. So there are other Chinese places that just coming to mind as I do this review, but these three, including the one that shut down on Mark, have been the ones that I've probably gone to the most, and definitely the most recently, and I wanted to share them with you. So if you have comments or comparisons on these three restaurants, please let me know down in the description box. And if you found a place that's really excellent, let me know what it is and maybe what you ate there that was really excellent so that I might try it there as well. All right. As President Donald J. Trump liked to say on the campaign trail,
China, 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 China now, China, China. China.
I know China very well. China, 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 China.
China, China, China.
Sweet home we call Krakow. It's the city of the kings.
rockabye baby, holding you tight through the night, gonna be alright, rocking you slowly